Josh Raven here with the Daily Dot at ELEAGUE in Atlanta, joined by Pimp from SK Gaming, off of a tie with Counterlogic Gaming, and I think we'll start with map 1. It was a bit of a blowout on Nuke, I believe it was. So do you want to explain what happened on map 1, why you were able to come out on top so easily?
It honestly felt like they haven't been playing much Nuke. We've been practicing quite a lot, I'd say, compared to how new the map is, and we feel quite comfortable judging from the practice we've had. It's our first official game on Nuke, so it was great that the practice actually showed off in the game, and we had the same feeling in the official game as we had in the practice. Other way around, it, as I said, felt like they haven't been playing it much. It seemed to me like they didn't knew what to do to counter like our basics. Basically, we didn't do anything in particular. Like we had much more up in our sleeve, to be honest. But the standard worked for us, so it was not needed. So I guess that's more on them being not so good at Nuke yet than us being good, I guess.
Okay, and on map 2, it was obviously a lot closer. Unfortunately, you were not able to complete the comeback. So tell me why CLG were allowed to get such a huge lead on that map, and then why you were able to kind of start the comeback but not finish it off.
I honestly don't know. Like we weren't on point in the beginning on the T side. We lost some rounds that we should have won. Like we were quickly getting behind 5-0, I believe, and then we had a round that we should have won there, and the round after as well. And then it was suddenly 6-0, and like it took us too long before we got the first round on the board, and when we got it, we instantly lost after. So it was like a very messy game, a very messy T side from our side, and we had a few things that we wanted to try, but every time we wanted to try something new, they instantly did something else than they did the round before. So they played very versatile and very dynamic as C tier, and it ruined our T game basically. Kind of the same story as when we played them at the MLG minor for the MLG qualifier. It was the exact same scenario. Like we lost the first half as T, 12-3, and they almost made the comeback back then as well, only falling short with one round again at the MLG qualifier. So it's like déjà vu for us. Great CT side from our side, but not enough, unfortunately.
Having just played them, obviously they came here and announced Pitta as their 5th member for this tournament. What do you think of that decision? Having just played them, obviously, do you think it's the right call for them, or should they have looked for perhaps another player?
It's hard to tell. It depends which other player they could get. I guess like Peter haven't been playing for a long time, so bringing him in is not optimal in any scenario, and I believe that he's and CLG knows that. But again, if without knowing too much about the situation for them, if that's the best solution they could find, and if that's what they feel most comfortable in doing, like having Peter, that means they have a guy who knows all the tactics, he knows the standard, he knows how to play with the team. They will like firepower with Peter, but other way around, if you bring someone in with great aim, he will have to get to know all the new tactics and get to know CLG and play with them, and that could also be a disadvantage. Eventually they have made the decision, and I guess it's to be seen the next few events if it's the right decision, and if he's going to stick with them, I have no idea.
Okay. Looking forward to the rest of the group. Obviously a tie today, but tomorrow you will be going up against NRG and Astralis. Not sure if Astralis will be playing with Carrigan. Not sure when he arrives, but what are your thoughts? Oh, they are. So what are your thoughts about those two matches? NRG having roster changes, Astralis having Carrigan back.
Yeah, unfortunately, Carrigan is coming back. It would be great to play against Sonic. No kidding. Like Carrigan is a strong player, and with Carrigan, Astralis is the main favorites to crush this group. Basically, they even managed to win with Sonic today 2-0. That was impressive. It looked a bit shady on both maps, but they got the win, and that's what matters in the end. So it'll be hard against Astralis for sure. We knew that before going into the tournament, before knowing that Carrigan might miss the game. So we're prepared for Carrigan, and we will try our best to grab at least 1 point against Astralis. As for NRG, it's as you said, it's a new team. It's not something you can really prepare for because they got 2 new players in. And when you switch 2 players, you have to assume that they will make a lot of new things, and it won't be exactly the same play style at least as they used before with Justin and the other guy who were in the team. Can't remember. So it'll be difficult for us against NRG, but I hope that we can at least get a map against Astralis, and then maybe a 2-0 or 1-1 against NRG. The goal is, to be quite honest, not to finish 4th in this group. By doing that, you're right Astralis in the deciding game. So finish 2nd or 3rd, and then take the final game on Tuesday. Or Thursday. That'll be the goal for us.
So looking at SK as a team now overall, you kind of built up a reputation of being a little bit inconsistent, sometimes putting in great performances, sometimes failing to perform as well as you should have. So I'm wondering, what is required for SK as a team to put up a good performance, and why is there a lack of consistency there for you guys sometimes?
I think we are very young and we are a very emotional team. I guess that's two of the main factors for why we are so inconsistent. we have a lot of players who are, when we win, are really emotional, and that helps them. But on the other hand, when we lose, it also hurts us in a way, I'd say. So that's part of the reason. Also, we have our young players. Like we have 3 guys. We have me, who is 20, and we have a guy on 18 and a guy on 19. That is fairly young compared to some of the other teams we play against. So emotions and experience is probably something we lack a bit of. You could say that we have Muddy and Freeze who are both 25, 26 years old. That should weigh up for the lack of experience. But in a game where everything is so close as it is, you need 5 players who are able to think for themselves and who are able to perform for themselves. And being experienced, having experienced guys around you doesn't always help you to make the right decisions when you're on your own. So that's something we need to work on, and something that will work itself out over time, I guess.
Okay, and finally, I want to know what the general feeling was like within the team coming into ELEAGUE. Obviously, about a month ago, we saw you at CEVO, the Gfinity final. You picked up at the finalist position there, losing to Tempo Storm. It was a great performance from you guys. So what is the feeling within the team coming into ELEAGUE? Are you confident, or are you a little bit nervous?
The feeling coming into this tournament were a bit mixed, I guess. Like result-wise, it's been horrible for us the last 3 weeks. We went from 0, which was great, as you said, to drop out of the minor at DreamHack Tours without winning a map. Then went to Starladder, dropping out without winning a map to Simbal's new Russian mixed team-ish. So that was horrible, to be quite honest. We then went home and did some practice. We changed up some things. We now have our coach calling Haste and not Ashelian anymore. That it felt like it gave some new motivation and maybe a boost that we needed. So, like result-wise, it wasn't great coming into this tournament. But I guess the feeling is that we know that we can do better. And we know that we can find the Gfinity play. We can find that if we really try hard and maybe get a bit lucky as we also were at Gfinity.